What up, YouTube? What are we riding on this beautiful Sunday in December? It's like 75 degrees, insanely hot. Yeah, we're riding the Yamaha FZR. And if you haven't watched some previous videos, maybe watch them now. You'll understand that this thing hasn't been running well at all. It had to go to the doctor. We're going to take it for its second test run. The first test run was just to see if everything's running right. This test run, actually going to be a fun run. I got all the fairings on. Everything's bolted down. Just about every mechanical thing we could upgrade on this thing we did, which included a fuel pump and an air stack and new jets, new pilots. They've all been synced. We did the brakes. Didn't touch the clutch, although the clutch probably needs a redo. And basically the thing is running great. Absolutely phenomenal. And I'm going to show you, do a quick ride here and show you just how well this thing's running. And then I think the rest of the upgrades are just your typical maintenance and maybe some cosmetic things. But yeah, let's start her up and get on a ride. And I'll tell you a little bit more about it. So here we are already in neutral. Put it in run. This isn't a cold start. I'll show you the cold start. I videoed it on my phone. Okay, got it into neutral. Fuel pump is priming. Start. Here's a hot start. So yeah, let's do a quick sound check. I'll walk around on this side of the bike. This thing sings. Does that sound good? I don't think the mic's gonna pick that up very well, but we'll see what we can do. Okay. So, shout out to Limey Bikes here in Austin. He is an absolute Japanese carburetor wizard. He knew exactly what to do. He was a little reluctant to work on this bike, but then I talked him into it. He said he'd worked on a FZR before, back in the 90s. Hadn't worked on it in a while, and he did a phenomenal job. So what was happening when the bike was running poorly, and I even labeled one of my videos, is this thing ever going to run good? And guess what? It is. Oh my God, is it running well? And here was the main problem. It was running ridiculously lean for several other variables that were feeding into that leanness. It just was killing the vibe of the bike. Basically, the previous person's owners, whoever shop that worked on it, just basically did a bench tune and an idle tune. And once you got this thing up to temp, it just ran like absolute horseshit. And it was because the jets were too small, lacked air filtration. Here's where I bombed out the first time. I was on this road when it first crapped out on me. Fueling issues, fuel pump issues, pilot jets, all sorts of things were out of whack, which is why it was really hard to track down what exactly was happening. When I just thought it was air, and I was completely wrong. And it was much, much more than air. And a couple of people gave me advice, and they said, take a look at the jets. And I was like, I don't want to rip this carburetor off and then dig into it and not know the jets and the pilots and knowing the different diameters and the different whatever complications tech that goes along with. So I gave it to an expert, and oh my God, did he do an amazing job. If you don't know much about the FZR, this bike was the 1000cc version of the FZR 750, which was a racing bike back in the 80s. And back in the day, Panigale and Ducati with their Panigale was they were allowed to race against the 4-cylinders with their 2-cylinders with a CC bump, and eventually that became unfair. And so the Japanese manufacturers started to develop their 1000cc bikes, which this was one of the first ones that launched, and it involved quite a bit of new tech that they put into this thing, and it ended up being really competitive. A lot of the tech that it did, Suzuki did not do, like the downdraft carburetors. Suzuki was still pulling in from the back. I don't know about Honda. And they also introduced the Genesis Airbox, which created sort of a air induction system. Now, whether that was important or not, I don't know. And then the big thing, the Genesis, is the 5 cylinders. Sorry. 5 valves per cylinder, making this a 20-valve bike instead of a 16-valve. And it's pretty amazing that they put all of this together within a couple years of that 750. I believe the 750 might have had a Genesis version of it before this. Not quite sure. Got to check Wiki on that one. So this bike was super competitive, but they did not work out all the design kinks with this model. This is an early model. I think the 87 was first. 88, 87 are pretty much virtually the same. 89, they had some differences and some changes. And then in 90, they introduced 17-inch wheel sizes all the way around, which was a huge improvement. And they also added the EXUP system, which was not a variable valve, but more like variable downpipe. Couple sport bike bros. And yeah, if you're interested, look into the tech, because this was a wild, wild west era of Japanese sport bikes, including the Ducati too as well, that they were just throwing anything at the wall to see what would work technologically. And they were still carbureted, so they still had to deal with the tuning of the carbs. And man, wild period. The bikes from there are just all sorts of ranges of performance and quality. And this one, man, it's a keeper. It's great. Love it. You know what? This will be B-roll for speeding up a little bit. So yeah, this bike really sings. These carbs, you could just, such a huge difference in the throttle response, especially in the mid-range. And a little weird kick there. Not sure what that was. I am not going to push this bike. It has cold tires, not even sport bike tires. I don't even know what kind of tires these are. They're like touring tires. And then also, I don't want to damage this bike. A low side would be super disappointing considering the shape of the plastics and how hard they are to get. And this front fairing here is probably the rarest piece on this bike. So, no accidents, no down, no go down. Very much a second gear bike. It's hard to get out of second gear unless you're on a highway. All right, let's talk patina. This has it. And if you don't know what a patina is, it's what happens to copper. It turns out, copper is very shiny and gold-like when it first is created, and then when you put it out in the weather, it greens over time. And they call that a patina. Now, anything that's old, that picks up sort of a new color, temperature, texture, we just call everything patina. You probably already knew that. I'm an idiot, but I over-explain everything. Yeah, this thing's got quite a bit of patina, which is why I'm trying to talk out of a new paint job. The paint job is definitely not its first. But I think if you were to do a new paint job on this, it would kind of mess the vibe up because then not the rest of the parts are going to match, and you're going to have sort of an old and new vibe. And I don't think that's what this bike deserves. I think this bike should be treated as the survivor that it is, and it should just be done, you know, as best mechanically upgraded as possible. And the looks should match that. And that means there's a couple cracks and there's a couple pieces missing. There's like a post that goes into a grommet that's missing and cracked off, but that could be fixed. A lot of these little things can be fixed and touched up, and that's kind of my feelings. The gauge is floppy, right? I'm not going to swap the gauge out. I don't want a new gauge that says kind of a patina on it, not that much, but I am going to 3D print some sort of gasket on there to tighten it up so it doesn't wobble. But yeah, it's amazing. Like, all the gauges and all the lights work on this thing. I think it should be and remain a survivor. I think that's what it deserves. You tell me what you think in the comments. I'd be interested to hear what other people's thoughts are. So yeah, that is the update on the FZR 1000. If you're interested in hearing anything more about this bike or all the troubles I had with it, watch previous videos. And maybe you want to subscribe. I do this. I do a couple other pieces on the Aprilias, Triumphs. I'm hoping to maybe get another Japanese sport bike in the garage after this one's kind of taken care of. So yeah, if you like this content, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Later. Ride safe.